Ja, så tror jeg, vi er klar igen, og velkommen tilbage. Jeg håber, at alle har fornøjelse af pausen, også ude på den anden side, og har mulighed for at lave den der kaffe af de forædlede kaffebønner og alt muligt andet i mellemtiden. Men nu er vi i hvert fald klar til at gå videre, and for that I'll switch to English in order to welcome our next speaker, who's with us on a link, working link, I see, that's excellent, from the Netherlands, Mr. Max Holthausen, Managing Director of Holthausen Motor Europe. Welcome, it's a pleasure to have you, if not physically with us today, but then at least with us in both picture and spirit. And we're really looking forward to with your presentation, to hopefully take a little bit of a more deeper dive into some of the concrete opportunities that are available in the in sort of the heavy duty sector, and bringing hydrogen solutions to not just to the market but also on the road. So without further ado, I think I will hand you the floor. So please.
Not sure if welcome everyone, and I'm not sure if everyone can see my screen. Is it working currently? I wasn't hearing any. For me, it's also new to do this digitally instead of standing on the stage.
The screen is you can take it into full screen, but we can see your presentation.
Okay, good. And I'll try to put it into full screen mode to see if it's that's a better one. Hello everyone and welcome. And I'm Max Holthausen. I'm Managing Director of Holthausen Motors Europe. For me, this is a little bit new to do a presentation in front of a screen where I cannot see everyone, but can only hear some sounds. It's a little bit different for me to do this. But welcome. I am. I'm Managing Director of Holthausen Motors. Holthausen Motors Europe is a joint venture that we started, I think, 6 months ago, together with Holthausen Incorporated in America. We originally come from a company called Holthausen Clean Technology, where we build and manufacture hydrogen-powered vehicles like vans, trucks, and utility vehicles. And we started a joint venture to produce in higher quantities hydrogen trucks for the European market. So today what I wanted to do is to introduce everyone to the Holthausen brand, to introduce you guys to what we have to offer, which models we have, and what is currently already available for the European market. Holthausen Motors is a worldwide company. We have multiple locations with offices and together also with production locations. We have a major production location in New York, a major production location here in the Netherlands in Groningen. We have a major production location in China and a production location in Sydney, Australia, where we all manufacture hydrogen-powered trucks, buses, and vans for the whole worldwide market. So in every region, there is a sales representative that could help you with making the right choices for the right trucks. Currently in the European market, we have 3 models that are available as our base trucks. So we have the Himax 160, that's our small hydrogen-powered chassis up to 24 tons, available as a chassis, not as a puller. We have the Himax 250, a medium chassis and puller option up to 44 tons. And we have the Himax 450, which is a chassis and puller that's available for 44 ton and upwards. All our trucks are built with European standards and also including European connections. So it's available if you have a 350 bar hydrogen refilling station nearby or in anywhere where you're driving the truck, you can standardly refuel it without any problems. As Holthausen Motors, we, together with Holthausen Clean Technology, we have developed one of our own stacks. This is called the Holthausen stacks because Holthausen Motors is a spin-off of Horizon Fuel Cell Technologies. We developed a high-power stack that's one of the only stacks in the world where we actually made one system that could deliver up to 300 kilowatts in complete power. Normally, if you look into the fuel cell world and you order a fuel cell, or you have a fuel cell in your vehicle that's higher than 30 kilowatt, like a 90 kilowatt or a 60 kilowatt fuel cell, it's mostly divided up out of 3 individual fuel cells. We have made a small system that's very light, that delivers this power in just one stack instead of dividing it in 3. So this means that in the end, when you're driving our trucks and when they are on the road for the maintenance, it's a lot easier, a lot cheaper for maintenance, because you don't have, like, for example, four air pumps or four water pumps or 4 systems made into one. You just have one system that runs as also and is designed to operate as one system. And currently, we're one of the only companies in the world that have this technology like this, and use also titanium plates instead of the standard MEA plates that are being used in fuel cells. With our Hyzen factory here in Europe, we are now busy with the new location here in Groningen, where we want to do the series production for up to 400 trucks starting by next year. And in 2023, we want to have the production capable of doing 2,000 trucks a year. This is all based on our current models, so the Hymax 160, 250, and 450. The 160 and 250 and 450 stand for the motor power that our trucks deliver. We have done all the testing on the trucks. They're already homologated. If anyone would like, and as soon as it's possible again and wants to visit us, we can also let you drive one. We have the trucks here in stock in Groningen, and the serial production will start by the beginning of 2021. So currently we have a couple of models and a couple of configurations. So I don't know if it's possible to see my mouse on the screen, but we have our standard 160 model with a 160 kilowatt motor installed directly on top of the gearbox. We have chosen to use a gearbox in our vehicle so that customers can use a PTO, as we call it, for the structure that's being built on top of the chassis. It's also available as an e-axle, but currently that's not homologated for the European market. So the small model is being delivered with a 70 kilowatt hour battery, where the 70 kilowatt hour battery is being used as a backup. Our vehicles have 3 driving modes. The first driving mode is 100% electric on the battery alone. We have the 100% hydrogen mode, where we drive 100% on the hydrogen fuel cell and just use the battery when we don't have enough power. This is mostly when, for example, a truck is going uphill, or when the fuel cell is not big enough for the truck as it is configured. The fuel cell sizes for the small model vary between 60 and 80 kilowatt for the customer to choose out. This means that the 60 kilowatt is more like a range extender vehicle, whereas a range extender charges the battery while driving instead of driving 100% on hydrogen. And with the 80 kilowatt, you drive 100% on the hydrogen alone. We also have the hydrogen hybrid mode drive, where you drive partially on hydrogen and partly on battery. So the hydrogen storage that we can install on the small truck is between 15 and 30 kilos. So this depends, the range that varies between 200 and 400 kilometers. Wheelbase can be as preferred by the customer itself, and the small one is also available as a chassis. So the big difference between the 250 and the 450 is especially that the 250 and 450 are available also as a tractor/puller. So you can also pull a trailer with it. It's not only available as a chassis that you can use for, like, for example, refuse trucks or for sewage cleaning trucks or for sweeping machines. It's also available to pull trailers up to 50 tons. For these vehicles, same thing, only a bigger battery. It's a 140 kilowatt hour battery where you can drive 100% EV on for about 100 kilometers, but all our ranges are calculated on 100% hydrogen. So the 100 kilometers that you can get out of the battery is calculated extra on top of the standard range. All our systems are running at 350 bar. With the 250 and 450, you can go up to hydrogen storage of up to 40 kilos. And for the fuel cell power, you can go for the 450, you can go up to 300 kilowatts. As Holthausen Clean Technology, we mostly are specialized currently in custom hydrogen trucks. So the moment the truck you want is not available as a Hyzon standard, or we could deliver a custom hydrogen truck with custom hydrogen storage and a custom battery pack that suits the customer's needs. So the models that I showed a slide earlier are mostly designed for as standard models that you can standardly purchase with a lower purchasing price than a custom-made one. But for example, when a customer wants to drive more kilometers on the battery alone, or have more hydrogen storage that's standardly not equipped with Hyzon technology, we could deliver this as a custom truck as Holthausen Clean Technology. We also deliver hydrogen-powered utility vehicles. This means we have a couple of different vehicle platforms that we use. These ones are all conversion-based, so not from factory off. So we have sweepers from small sizes up to big sizes. We have small inner city tractors that are being used for also sweeping or weed removal or all kinds of applications. We also have, as Holthausen Clean Technology, the conversion possibility for hydrogen-powered vans. These vans are based on the Volkswagen models. We have the Volkswagen Crafter, the Transporter, and also the e-Crafter with a range extender. All these vehicles are also European homologated, so they can be used in Europe and without any problems. Sorry for the coughing. Regarding the infrastructure where our vehicles can refuel. As maybe you already know, I don't know if what has been said in the presentations up front of mine, but Europe has a very wide range of hydrogen refilling station infrastructure. To the H2 Live app, you can see a lot of stations that are currently operating or are being planned to build in Europe alone. So you can see that Denmark already has a great network for hydrogen refilling stations, also going to Germany and the Netherlands and to Belgium. I personally also did a 24-hour challenge a couple of years ago where I drove an EX35 fuel cell vehicle from Hyundai to Copenhagen in 24 hours. So it's perfectly possible to travel from Groningen to Copenhagen in a fuel cell vehicle without any issues. The only thing is that currently some stations use a different payment method than that they use in other countries. But for the rest, the station network is very good in operational wise. It's already a great opportunity to drive around, where especially the Netherlands is a little bit falling behind if we look into where I'm from, but the rest of Europe is very great for driving with our hydrogen vehicles. And I think there are also a couple of people and speakers that will be speak today about the infrastructure alone. We also have a company that exploits hydrogen refilling stations, but ours is mostly based in Europe or in the Netherlands. And to end my small presentation on this side is I left some pictures of some vehicles and equipment that we built. So as you can see in the left top picture, this is a truck installed with 20 kilos of hydrogen. So we have the tower of the hydrogen behind the cabin as configured by the customer, batteries on the side with a charging point, and we have the electric motor and fuel cell under the cabin. On the middle picture, you can see the one of our hydrogen-powered vans that run down for the municipality of Groningen. This van is capable also of pulling a trailer compared to the electric ones. Vans are normally not capable of pulling trailers. This one is. And some pictures of our new Hyzon truck that we will be releasing by the end of this year. If there are any questions, I would like to hear it, but I'm not sure how we could arrange that.
No, I think the question side might be a bit difficult, also both with in technical terms, but also with the scope of the program. But I think it's very interesting, at least also for me, at least, but I think also for many of our participants and the audience behind the screens in their home offices to get a sort of an overall impression of how The vehicles are also now getting on the market, not only for as you mentioned, passenger vehicles has been available for a number of years, and also with a dedicated fueling infrastructure around Europe. But not least that we have also now, with regard to the heavier transportation side, a number of offers available, and I mean, we would very much like to welcome you in Copenhagen, as was originally planned. But well, we live in strange times, and I'm happy that we were able to not circumvent, but to at least to find a way through travel and quarantine restrictions, and then manage to get the message through this way. And we really appreciate that, and that you're taking your time, and looking forward to seeing you either in Groningen or here in Copenhagen at a time where the world is in a little bit better place. So thank you very much for joining us online here today.